welcome to Anywhere the Needle Drops. Hey world, I am your host, Justin Flagel, and welcome to another episode. And this is a really fun episode we've got going for you here. This is Leatherface. And it's not just Leatherface, but it's Leatherface live from the forest. That is right. We were trying to get this thing scheduled, and, we were going back and forth and trying to figure out dates, and, it was like we finally got to one, and we were just about to put it on the studio calendar, and simultaneously something else popped up on the studio calendar, and it was like, I went back to the band, and I was like, hey, that date we chose, it's just not going to work. We're going to have to start this process all over again. And Leatherface was like, hold up. We're not going to do that. Instead, what if we did this? What if we went out to the YART Woods, the forest where YART takes place, and what if we did the podcast there? And what if we did a special performance out there? And I was like, you guys, that is genius. So yeah, Jared, John, and Jeremy, Leatherface, and we met up at the YART Woods. Special shout out to the YART team and Lo, friend of the show, for being down with all of that. But yeah, we met out there and set up shop and hung out, and they did two special performances right there in the woods, and then we did the podcast interview. All the while, the deer were watching us, and the wildlife and the trees and everything. It was a really fun experience, incredibly unique, definitely a first for this show, and just such a wonderful time. So yeah, really cool times, we keep on innovating with this stuff. Every time we think we hit an obstacle, you know what? Someone comes up with a creative idea and it ends up being a new opportunity. So, let's see. All right, what are we going to do? So, we are going to play you one of the songs that we recorded out there in the woods, and then we're going to go to the interview. So, up first, you're going to hear IDWTHF, and then stick around after the interview closes, because there's going to be another song, Supermarket, called Love. These are both going to be these special performances taking place from the YART Woods, so really cool. All right, you can find details on Leatherface in the show notes. You can see their Bandcamp and their social media. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you check out their tunes, see where they're going to be playing near you, and enjoy from the YART Woods, Leatherface.
Friend that will lie behind my back, cheat or steal. I don't want a friend that may bring me down or start a fight. I don't want to have friends. 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 I don't want a friend that will help me be a better friend than they should. I don't want a friend that can learn how to criticize me instead of making fun of my dance. I don't want to have friends. I don't want to have friends. I don't want to have friends. I don't want to have friends, and it's the end.
Leatherface, welcome to the show. We've got Jared, John, and Jeremy hanging out here. And
What's up, y'all?
so I've done this show in a lot of places. You know, we normally do it in the studio. Done a fair number of virtuals. We've been on stage in front of a live audience, sat in some green rooms in various venues, but this is the first time we've been in a forest. Yeah. So we're out here in.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, the YART Woods. We got a vibe going on out here.
Yeah.
So how you guys feeling with this?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Feeling one with nature, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah, we got the birds
wonderful.
making noises, the bugs making noises, a little breeze going on.
We
here,
saw a
so-
deer earlier too.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Some frogs around too.
from frogs, yeah, we
Some
saw
frogs.
Beware the frogs.
little
Yeah, love-
creatures out here.
Love for the frogs. Yeah. No, it's great, and we just got a performance from you, so that was awesome. So yeah, we're just hanging out in the YART Woods doing the thing. So welcome to the show. All right, so I just caught you guys play live at Rebel Art Fest. That was a good time, and so summer has arrived. We're officially in the South Bend summer. You know, it's the time of every weekend packed with numerous events. As we were walking in here talking about the various events going on, even just today. You know, there's a Pride Fest in Niles, while there's the Zine Fest in South Bend, and who knows whatever other many things going on. So
Reptile Expo.
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that time. It's like, what do I go to? Which thing do I choose? There's so much. So what do y'all have in store for the summer? What's coming up?
We got some shows coming up. I know that we have another show here in June. July's gonna be pretty chill for us, but like mostly it's like August and onward. Like we're mostly like working on our record right now is the main thing.
Okay. All right.
Having some time set aside to like record it because we've like written most of it. It's just a matter of just like finding a space that we can like just hang out for like a good like day and then just get it down more or less.
Nice. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to get into the record and maybe some of the upcoming shows here in a little bit. But let's go way back. You guys have not been on the show before, so we got to get a little bit into the origin story. So how long have you guys been together as Leatherface?
Started in 2018, like at the beginning of the year. So that's like 8 years now, I think, something like that.
Yeah, sounds right.
And it all started with Craigslist ads,
Okay.
basically. Because like I had met John through a previous Craigslist ad trying to get something started, and we tried to get a band going, and just things kind of fell apart as it kind of does sometimes. But John and I just like kept like connecting, and like a lot of our we liked the Beatles and Bob Dylan, amongst other things, and that was a big thing that like I couldn't really find other people who were into the same thing as I was at the time. And so it was like, oh, this feels comfortable. I love this guy. He's the best, you know?
Yeah,
And
we definitely clicked.
Yeah.
And then like Jeremy came in. Like another thing too, I guess, is like we went to IUSB at the same time, and Jeremy was there. And like it's like, oh, there's that guy. He plays drums or something. But I didn't think too much of it until like he emailed me and responded to that, and then we jammed. And then I was like, I think all three of us need to kind of come together because this is.
There's also more deer over there
Ooh.
Deer traps.
staring at us.
Oh yeah, we've got a live deer sighting right now. Just a couple we got some deer just checking us out while we podcast. So
Big fans.
big fans of Leatherface.
Big fans of them too.
Listen, they might be big fans of my show too. I don't know.
That's-
Just I mean,
They're big
true.
podcast
I
listeners.
mean, I
That's
doubt
right.
it, but
that's right. Yep. Yeah. This is the vibe. This is great. I
Yeah,
love
it's
this.
awesome.
We need to do more of these out in the woods. I think
Yeah.
this whole thing, by the way, for the listeners, came up because of a scheduling issue. I think we were going back and forth. Jared and I were going back and forth trying to figure out the studio schedule, and essentially we had agreed on a date. And then in the moment of us agreeing on the day and me going to put it on the shared studio calendar, the shared studio calendar like popped up with the booking. And so I reached out to Studio Paul. I'm like, hey, like, what time are you guys setting up? Can we like squeeze this in the morning? And there was just no doing. And I'm like, Jared, we got to figure out a backup plan. And then you posed this idea. Let's do it in the YART Woods. And, you know, so.
Yeah. Shout outs to Lo for letting us use it.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
too low. Yeah.
Yeah, Lo's great. We just had Lo on the show a little bit back to get everyone prepped for, even though we've got a little bit for it, but you know, YART, because I mean, we're in the YART Woods. People are already out here getting prepared for the end of summer YART events.
yeah.
So yeah, shout out Low. I actually just caught, in addition to seeing you guys play, it was my first time seeing Coconut Sedan play at YART, which I was very excited about.
Yeah,
so
they were so cool.
it was so much fun. Legitimate goosebumps. Flanny and I go back a ways, just being Niles people, and so to see Flanny up there doing their thing, it was a good time. Good time.
Yeah,
so.
we were setting up when they were playing, and there was just so much energy coming from them. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was just the energy was just epic. So yeah.
No, they're the best.
Yeah. All right, so back to it. Okay, so you guys you formed through combination Craigslist, IUSB. What were we studying music at IUSB or just other stuff and happened to be there?
We were doing new media. At least I was like mostly there for like graphic
Also new
design. So I
media.
guess I was like an art student. And then were you for new media?
Yeah, also new media. Yep.
Nice.
And at the time, I was not in school.
Okay.
This is later on I went to school.
Okay.
After they graduated. So
All right, yeah.
whatever. I wanted to get my other degree.
Well, what's nice about it too is that we're all alums of the audiovisual collective, just through separate times, basically, at IUSB. So that's usually like where we do like reactive video to music or all kinds. It's just basically just a very experimental kind of music collective that kind of formed in the basement at IUSB.
Yeah.
And I don't
Shout
understand.
out
I don't know how or why we all gravitated towards that or anything. But it
Honestly,
worked out really well for us.
It makes
I
a
think.
lot more sense, hindsight. Like all the folks that came out of that program.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like Josie from or I guess Sin. I guess they go their project now with Radical Fool and all those bands
Butch
and
Barbie
stuff.
too. Butch
And then
Barbie.
Joey and then Glad Boy and there's a bunch of people.
A lot of,
Yeah, it's awesome. There's magic happening in that basement at IUSB for sure. I had a friend of mine who he's a composer. He came out of that program, and we used to like go into those practice rooms. I am not a musician, to be clear. He was trying to teach me guitar at the time, and so we had a little outfit. He and a friend of his and me, we called Folk Buddies, and they were trying desperately to teach me, and I just was failing them left and right. But we did jam a couple times down in those practice rooms, and I work there at my day job currently at IUSB.
Oh, sweet.
And I park specifically in that lot by there so I can wander through and just see what's going on, because you never know who you're going to meet or run into. So,
Exactly.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That's
And-
an awesome spot.
yeah. And again, speaking of Low came out of IUSB. I mean, the number of people that came out of that program or one of those programs, the art programs at IUSB, is pretty killer actually for, being sort of a regional state schools. So.
Yeah.
And it's funny that
Definitely.
them two graduated, and then I'm going back to. So I'm like, guys, come back to the basement.
Yeah.
So they have a lot. Even though you think you guys are done, I still just got them bringing back in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're there currently.
I just graduated.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
but,
All
still
right.
hang out.
All right.
It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
That's right. Just
Yeah.
keep it happening.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
All right. So cool. So when you set out, did Leatherface originate with you then, Jared, or
More or less. Like a lot
okay.
of the songs were like I was writing them and just like doing all the parts myself, and then just kind of like trying to find people who would play with me, basically.
Yeah.
And then met with John, and John was also writing songs at the time too. And I felt like we could kind of like collaborate, and like our writing styles were pretty similar. And again, like a lot of reference points and stuff.
Yeah.
So I figured like, it's like once we started like collaborating on songs together, I felt like it was a little bit like Leatherface's sound kind of came together.
Okay.
More or less. And then like, what's this guy doing? He brings like the funky rhythms, I think, or the more like,
He's got great ideas.
yeah,
I
like
try and humanize it a little. I think that's what I said in our first interview that we had. I was like, y'all are so good at like getting the whole skeleton together for the song, and then I just hear it and I'm like, oh, okay, that's how that part's supposed to go. So absolutely, yeah.
I mean, if we carry the skeleton thing one step further, you add the skin to the skeleton. Maybe.
Yeah,
No?
I think
No?
the drums are like one of the like the
suppose.
rhythm section is like for me the biggest section.
It's like
of it
blood
all.
and guts.
Yeah, the blood and guts. There we go. Yeah.
And I'm
like-
constantly trying to like fall back too. I'm trying to like let them do the best thing that they can do with what I'm doing is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Without like playing over parts at this point.
Yeah. So as you set this up, starting with you, Jared, did you have a particular sound or vision for the band, or did you just kind of feel it out and see where it went once you started meeting collaborators?
For me, there was definitely like a sound in mind, because it's like when I first, because I wasn't originally from here. Like I've moved around a lot. I even lived in Niles for a little bit too.
Yeah.
So I've lived in Massachusetts, Texas, Colorado. So I've just kind of been around and seen a lot of different scenes and music and stuff. And just coming here, it's not like I don't want to make it like all respectfully. It just wasn't really my thing, I guess, more often than not. But then like I was like, it's missing something, and even really like the music that I was like seeing elsewhere wasn't really scratching the itch too. So it wasn't even just like South Bend was like deficient or anything. It was just like I felt like I needed to do that, like the sound of like kind of like. It's like kind of punky, but it's mostly like reliant on like pop hooks and like very sort of noisy elements that I think are just, I don't know, really core to like what the sound is for us. And I don't know, I just wanted to find people who were into that same thing, who could be have like maybe a bit more of like a repetitive pop sensibility and maybe a little bit more of like experimental sensibilities too. And I think I got the best of both worlds.
Nice, yeah. How about you, John?
I mean, just going off what Jared said, I mean, when we met together, we kind of just like bounced ideas off of each other, like showed each other some music, and we kind of had an idea of what we wanted to do. I started listening to more like, I guess because like I like to tell people we kind of sound like a surf punk kind of vibe. So I've listened to a lot of like garage rock and things like that kind of gets ideas flowing, you know, trying to put stuff out there and just see if you guys like it or not, if we can piece it together and then write more around it, add another part. Yeah, so it just kind of collaborates that way.
Nice.
And speaking of moving around different places, the reason I got on Craigslist because I came from North Carolina, where I was born and raised, and I immediately got on Craigslist. I was like, I got to find something. Because back then, Craigslist was cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't that weird.
Absolutely fine.
Times have changed.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that's when I met Jared. So I was like immediately coming here. It's like, okay, I'm new to the scene. I got to figure out how to collaborate with someone, how to you know, play music with someone. And that totally worked out. And it just grew into this whole project here.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And Jeremy, as you came in, what were you seeing? What did you want to bring to this?
So yeah, I was trolling Craigslist constantly, just for like musicians, just to like learn about like the gear that's in my area, if that's a weird thing to think about, but like combination of seeing the advertisement on Craigslist and then seeing the posters up at IUSB, I was like,
oh, that's right.
Okay, this person's in my community, like I need to like reach out and see what's up, because the original demos I heard were like very noisy in a way that like I hadn't heard a lot of stuff like that. So I was just like, how could I fit into that? Because I was like really into math rock and kind of like more technical stuff like Dillinger, I guess, and Fall of Troy I listened to a lot at the time. So yeah, coming into it, I was like trying to be more open with the sound. And then yeah, once we started playing together and got a few jams in, I was like, all right, this is all clicking together, because like I was listening to a lot of Yeah Yeahs at the time, huge Yeah Yeahs fan. So I was just something I've been realizing lately is just playing to the melody. I play to the melody a lot, so and the melodies that y'all have formed are just like beautiful. So it's just, I feel like it's been easy to click in that way. But yeah, just growth is like being solid and just like listening more, being more sensitive to what other people are playing in the band too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's a weird thing to think about, but my right foot just like kind of keeps the beat sometimes. But when I started to realize, oh, that's got to be John. Like I have to like lend that to John during the performances. It's been like really nice. To have all this music form like that.
That's awesome. Yeah. Were you in bands previous to this then?
No, not really. I mean, I had some friends that were really talented musicians that went to Central Michigan University, so they kind of moved away after high school, and they were a little older than me, so I feel like I got that experience, and then I was just kind of like in my basement, like looking around on Craigslist. Yeah.
Nice. Was it always drums? I mean, from the start when you started playing music?
I played a little guitar and bass, but after I like realized, like when I start playing drums, I just like don't want to get up from the drums. It's just like I feel so like where I need to be. So for sure. Oh, and I just remembered. Shout out to George, the drummer.
Oh yeah, George Gasp, our original drummer. He came up with the name Leatherface.
Okay.
Well, first responder to the Craigslist ad, I guess, but he's awesome. He plays in. What was the band he plays in? Forced Out, I think?
Forced Out, yeah.
Forced Out.
But that's been
very good hardcore drummer.
Stuff, yeah.
Nice.
Shout out to George.
Yeah.
Because I actually jammed with him off of a Craigslist ad before meeting y'all, like maybe a year or two before that.
Shit.
So it's like, it goes deep. These
Also,
connections are
his
deep.
name starts with a J, so we had the 3 J's going on still.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Love it. What about you, John? Origin story for music in general. When did you start playing?
I mean, I grew up playing guitar. I mean, I just picked up, like, the Beatles was probably a big inspiration. Also a big metalhead, so
Nice.
I played a lot of metal stuff. I was in some metal bands when I was younger. And then moving here, when I saw the Craigslist ad, I was like, hey, I play guitar. Jerry was like, I want someone to play bass. So I was like, I'll figure out how to play bass. And I love bass. Bass is like home to me now, so.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Same question, Jared. When did you start picking up music?
My first instrument, I think, was saxophone when I was like in 3rd grade, I want to say.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah.
As I was telling Jeremy a little bit, I was second, last chair out of 2, I guess. So, maybe good, maybe bad. I couldn't really tell,
Yeah.
But I did that for a while, but it really wasn't like what I liked as music. Like I loved, the Beatles and like new metal was out at the time, I guess. So I was definitely like into whatever was going with that.
Yeah.
And so eventually, like when I was like a teenager, I finally got guitar and started playing that a lot. And I don't know, it just finally clicked for me because I wanted to play guitar and sing forever and, just do bands. And like, I had been in so many like fake bands, it's like so many false starts and everything.
Yeah.
And then finally, this is like really the first band that I've had that has like been like fully like a band, I guess, that is like hasn't like crashed and burned.
Yeah.
And so it's been really awesome to kind of have that go.
It feels like there's kind of something in the air, something in the water in this area in particular. I mean, again, we're sitting here in the YART Woods, one of the coolest events I've been to anywhere, and it's right here, at home in Michiana. How do y'all feel about like what we've got going on in South Bend and beyond, like this local scene,
I think it's awesome. It's beautiful.
go ahead.
Like, we've got a lot of people growing and doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got lots of events. You really can't be bored here. If you're into music, there's so many events going on,
Yeah.
lots of things happening. And yeah. keeps
I would
going.
agree,
What were you
yeah.
gonna say?
And it's like, I think, especially when I first came here back in like 2011, I feel like the breadth of music has like kind of like exploded a bit. There's Latin rock, with La Locura, and like, there's like stoner metal with like Have Moussoufs and stuff, but then also like Loose Associates. I know people may be upset that I may forget their bands or anything.
You
I apologize.
You can't name them all. There's
right.
so many of
There's-
them.
exactly, and that's what's so
yeah.
great about it too. That the fact that we're kind of like spoiled for choice a bit when it comes to all the variety of music, and that's like been like a big part for me has always been variety. And it's like, and especially like, like this whole set too. It's like we're like a punk band does noisy elements, but it's like, oh yeah, wouldn't that be great and even kind of funny that we just like go against type and be an acoustic band outside type of a thing, be a
Yeah.
folk band. So I think like that's the scene allows us, I feel, to kind of like do those things that other places may be like, oh, you have to kind of stay within like the strict boundaries of metal or punk or folk music. It's like, oh, you could do whatever you want and no one's really gonna chastise you for it or anything, which I
Yeah.
really love about the scene.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. The venues and the folks working the venues around here are so supportive of experimental acts.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And it doesn't even have to be like polished either. Like, you know what I mean? Because the Funeral, we were gonna tour with the Funeral.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That was
And
a
that's
great-
like such a punk band at heart. Like seriously, so punk.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a 2-piece band, and like we played at McCormick's, and he's just like rolling on the floor, blocking this guy from going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So
That was a great show.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that is cool because I mean, you mentioned La Locura earlier. I remember going to a show at Rocky Button, and I think maybe La Locura opened, and then Jesus was the
yeah.
feature act.
Yeah.
But then La Locura was was Jesus' backing band that night,
Yeah.
and just like you get that variety, and then you get that collaboration too, and it's so cool.
It is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to be Jesus' backing band for one show, but we never got a chance to really work it out. But we still played that show though. That was pretty fun though.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
We should start
Did,
that
like,
back
a
up.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, we were doing like a
tribute
Wu-Tang
also.
Clan
Yeah.
instrumentals.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen. I hope
Rocky
you guys
Button,
get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great place to experiment and play
definitely.
with some things.
Yeah, I love
So,
what they're doing over there. It's nice because it's like it's very artist friendly. Again, that's a big part of it too. I think downtown South Bend in general feels pretty artist friendly, at least when it comes to the venues that we
Yeah.
play at.
Also, it's pretty cool that Jesus kind of referenced us in one of his songs.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Shout outs
much
to-
love there. Yeah.
for the song reference. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Jesus is great.
Yeah.
Well, and like, going back to Rebel Art Fest, I've been doing the show for quite a long time now. I've talked to a lot of bands, and I was watching all of those acts throughout the day. I mean, I stayed for most of the day, and I was like, oh, I've got to get them on the show. I've got to get them on the show. And the majority of the bands have not been on the show yet. And again, we put out an episode every other week. Like, it's not like we're like sitting on our laurels, but it's like there's so much great music. And again, the variety. I mean, if you want to see, like you said, you've got some great hip hop, you've got some great experimental stuff, stoner rock, all that stuff. There's just so much variety here. It's just, I've introduced various people to the music scene because sometimes you hear that person say, oh, I'm bored, there's nothing to do, and it's like, hold on,
Exactly.
Right.
hang with me on a Friday night, and
100%.
Yeah.
and like literally bounce from like venue to venue in an evening just to try to catch all the great shows.
Yeah, that's nice. And like the thing, like with some places, like I guess like Lang Lab or something, they're a little bit hidden, but like it's like a gem. It's like once you're there, you're like, oh, now I understand it. I'm getting the South Band handshake, and I'm having a good time,
Yep.
And I'm petting cats, it's great.
That's right.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Oh, they got cats now?
Yeah, well, yeah, they got
Yeah,
a
there's some
trash
cats
bag.
outside. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Trash bag?
Yeah, so
Whoa.
he's family.
Shout out to
Really?
Pinky as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
R.I.P.
Good times, Lang Lab. All right, so you got some shows for the summer, sometime in July working on a new album. But you guys had an album come out. What was the most recent release for you guys? Last year?
Well, I guess so. Yeah, actually, because we did a little. John and I did like a little side thing where it was just myself and John and a drum machine, just kind of doing some of old songs, some new songs, just kind of setting ourselves up because it was for the Bloodline Fest that we did.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And we didn't get a chance to record it, so we wanted to kind of like at least like emulate what it sounded like, more or less.
Yeah, very like lo-fi beat type esque vibe. I feel like we got from there. It's really cool.
It's very cool. And that one was our most recent one, but that's pretty like, just like homemade stuff, which is like what we've been kind of doing with this record too, is just trying to keep it just like in-house, which has been nice.
Nice. So then we're working on an album. So let's talk about where this came from. Was it just a matter of like, it's time, let's get together and do an album? Or like, have you had some songs you've been working out for a while? Or
It's been a bit of that, I'd say.
Yeah,
Both,
because
honestly, yeah,
I
bit
mean,
both.
it's been a long time since we really put anything out, and we've been sitting on a lot of songs.
Yeah.
But we're still evolving them as we go. So it's like, okay, now I think we finally got this ready to go. We need to record this, but we're also working on other things at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're building it out. We're still going as we go, and we got a lot of stuff planned for that too.
all right.
It's like our first album, we basically recorded it in a day, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we did the backing tracks at Russian Recording in Bloomington and just kind of did that all one day and like basically a day full of overdubs. So it was really fast when we got it done.
Yeah.
And like I think sometimes it's always like I want that process to be the exact same for everything. It's like, oh man, that was perfect. It went great.
Yeah.
It not so much nowadays, but because obviously life and like when the pandemic hit, I think that also kind of put a stop for us a bit too.
Slowed down a lot.
But that's like every artist, I think, and that's not specifically to us or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like it's a bit a matter of like it's the people want it, the people are ready, but also a little bit of like I'm ready, we're ready, we've been sitting on it for a while. We have like not like a treasure trove, but it's something like we were like, yes, we have like songs, not just like jams or anything or ideas. It's like they're songs now, and like some of it still needs to be tweaked, which is like we're going about it a little bit different this record, I guess. Which I guess I can get further into detail a little bit.
Yeah, tell us about it. Yeah.
So we've been trying to figure out how to do it. We had an album that we were going to call American Sad Ass. We had like some ideas for it, and then like kind of got shelved. You could say the master tapes were stolen, perhaps.
What?
Somebody just didn't hit the record button.
Yeah, we didn't record it.
Sent
It's
the
all
wrong
lost.
file.
Classic error in recording. I mean, I've had a few episodes of the show disappear that way.
Yes.
So, it happens, sadly.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
But we've been thinking about it in this way of like breaking it into one album, but like it's two separate EPs. So like one is going to be a little bit on the heavier side, and the other one's going to be a little bit on like a bit more of like spacier kind of a thing. And both those EPs will kind of like collage into like one album basically, where they all kind of like work together sonic, but like they're all a little bit different.
Okay.
I don't know. So that's like been the idea so far, and it's just been nice because we can like release the first EP first, and then the second one, and then just kind of like do the album together, basically. Like basically put it in like a little sleeve is the idea. What I'm thinking together.
Nice. Okay. All right. So are these songs already chosen then? Are you still like figuring out the cut for it?
A little bit. I think some of them are like reliant on more like the edit. I think has been interesting because it's like some of the songs are very much just like press record. That's it. You don't have to do too much. But other ones are like, got to add like 1,000 layers to kind of get this idea that I have in mind, kind of going for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that seems a little bit vague.
I think, when we went into the studio the first time, we got this sheet where we were like, how much do we want this to sound exactly like a live performance of doing that song? Yeah. So I think that's what Jared's kind of like talking on, is where like some of the songs we can just like do all the instrumentation just like how we are pretty much. And then other things, are going to need some like intricate layers on top of them. So
some trickery.
Some stuff that we might need to automate for the live show. But in the studio, we can kind of take our time and make it sound like exactly.
Yeah.
Because we want the live shows to definitely like expand into that too. Because it's always been us three, and I think that's what's been so cool about our shows too, is that it's always just been kind of like not too many gimmicks, I guess, necessarily. It's like we can't really hide behind too many things. But like we all have like backgrounds in audiovisual and stuff like that, and we just have, I don't know, like I think that we want to like make the show like an extension of what we've already been doing, but like more, I guess is the best way to put it out there. So like visually, sonically, because like we're adding like a synthesizer. I think we're trying to do that. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I'm pointing to it. It's somewhere available.
It's around here somewhere, yep.
But like, we're trying to like expand the sound to kind of like represent what the record is going to be as well. But also just like we've grown as musicians and as people, and I think that we want to like push the sound forward without like losing sight of like who we are as well.
Yeah.
And I got more pedals for my bass, so I'm excited to add some more stuff in there.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Pedals too.
Never can have too many pedals. So.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, it is two different forms of art: the recording process versus the live process, or the live, output. So it's gonna be cool. Do you foresee any collaborations with other artists as you like play with expanding the live show?
That's like kind of what we've been doing. It's like we've been working with our friend Brooke, who's like a on and off again member. They're a poet. They've been very instrumental for us. Like they were like they gave us our first show, at a house show. That was like very important to us. And I think like paying it back is like a big part for us, I don't know. Like we want to like there's so many ideas. I have so many ideas, but it's like there's so many people I want to work with. Like again, we want to work with Jesus because like we all kind of have like a very deep appreciation for hip hop and like the musicality that kind of comes with it. And I thought it was be very interesting to have like a very kind of noisy version of what's going on. I mean, that's a dream collaboration. Please.
You heard it here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it'd be cool to work with hip hop artists like Jordan Queen. At one point, we played YART a few years ago.
Yes.
And we had a special guest up there when we played Sketch. We had the kid rapping.
Yeah, he's just credited as the GOAT. I don't know his name necessarily, but we just do our song Sketch, which is it's very much based on like a hip hop beat that I made too, and then we just started just doing it basically live. And it's very chill and groovy, and this kid comes up to the stage as like we're about to play it, and he's like, hey, could I rap? And I look at him, and something about his demeanor said, this kid's got the goods. And we let him off, and it was great. He definitely had the flow, like the crowd control was good. It was great. It was awesome.
Like I'm mind blown, but still trying to like play the song. I'm watching this like in front of me. It's just like, it's crazy. This little kid is like really good. It was awesome.
He's just flowing, man. He's spitting. It was great.
No pauses the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Ripping.
That's awesome.
So that was probably like our first collaboration.
Really. So on the fly.
Yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta love those moments. Those are the moments that are like the magic of music and art. I mean, that's why we do this kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
So.
It's the best.
Yeah. All right. So we got some summer stuff going on. Working on the album. Do you have a date in mind for the release, or are we not putting that kind of pressure on it just yet?
That's been the thing. It's like I've always been like you know, for years I've been like, oh, it's going to be ready. And then it's just like, nope, something else happens. So I think it's just like, it's happening. We're doing it. I swear, I promise. But I don't want to like put any date on it just yet, just to like, in case like, you know, something else happens or anything like that. But I think like this year is like, we're hoping to get at least like the first EP out, you know, for sure.
Nice,
like that stuff. And we've been wanting to get like vinyl and other things, but I think like it's just a matter of like, you know, timing that stuff out. That's always going to be a headache for anybody doing distribution and stuff.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I don't know, but getting it out there, we just want to get it out as soon as possible. So I think like once it's done, we'll put it out digitally and then kind of figure out the physical release stuff later.
Yeah.
Because we're just antsy, I think is the thing. I'm antsy. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so, you know, working on the album, some shows this summer. Any idea what the fall or the end of the year looks like for Leatherface?
Very excited for YART.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Me and
YART.
YART, so that's going to be
Big time.
awesome.
We're on YART.
Yes.
We're doing that. That's official, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got some stuff planned. We have this little like, I guess like this year we've been kind of going around the theme of like we're going out of business. We're not ending the band or anything like that.
I've heard that. In fact, who was I talking to? I was talking to someone about. Y'all came up in conversation, I think during another interview, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I keep on meaning to reach out, or we've been trying to connect to get them on the show," and they were like, "Yeah, I think they might be over," they were like, it was like the second time I think they're over, so I'm not sure if they're actually over. And I'm like, is this a bit? Maybe it's a bit.
We can confirm a bit, I suppose. It's been fun, but like we're just doing it in the sense of just like we're a business and we're closing the idea of us being a business and more of just being like just doing it for art's sake. Because I think that was a big like headache starting out in doing music. Is just like you got to figure out like the merch and like you're always looking at like the data, the numbers, you know, the impressions that you're making on social media or on, you know, Spotify and stuff. And it's like, I like numbers, so it's always still, I'm still going to do it, but I want to like try and remove that from my mind. And I think like with doing this kind of like us going out of business thing is just like trying to remove that away from it and just like kind of like focus on like what's always been the core of it all is just creation as opposed to like thinking of it as a business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have t-shirts
Also,
for
like,
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
got
also
merch in the
just not
back.
taking us seriously.
Go to the band camp.
You know?
Yes.
Like,
yeah, go, please.
But yeah, we got to stay making this fun and not
Yeah.
like, so stressful and totally taking it seriously. So it's nice to just relax a little bit and get reminded that like, yeah, I mean, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just here to have fun.
Yeah, I'm a strong believer in the idea of rediscovering play as adults.
Yeah.
That's a thing we seem to lose,
Right.
and especially, you know, in areas of art when it becomes, you know, pulled to that business side a little too much. You lose the joy a little bit,
Yeah.
you lose the fun a little bit, and we got to bring that back. The world's too crazy for us to not play a little more.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. I'm thinking about like, what am I supposed to be doing next?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I know what I want to be doing. It's music. And then like I'm talking to my coworker and they're like, well, are you getting paid for these shows? And I'm like, yeah, in a way, spiritually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, no, absolutely. It's very important. We got to do
Yeah.
it. We
That
gotta do it.
matters, you know. I mean, you know, obviously we all got to eat, we got to pay the bills and whatnot. But you know, we've also got to. I don't know. We got to fill our souls too, and I think we live in a culture where you know that is not valued the way it should be, and it feels like there's a little revolution going on of
Yeah.
people taking that
Yeah.
back. So.
We are not machines. We are
Indeed.
humans.
Exactly.
We need to do human things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Have
that
human experiences.
Yep.
a lot of times we tend to like overthink a lot of stuff, and it's just just don't overthink it. You know, just do. And I think that's the best part. Is just like don't put yourself in a box too much.
Yeah.
And I think that's people need to hear that sometimes. I mean, I need to
think
hear it
so.
too.
Yeah.
You know, I
You
think
need to
big
hear
time.
it. Yeah, come out and see it. Like again, you know, we're talking about we're sitting here in the YART Woods, and like this is a place that's a perfect example of that. I mean, you know, artists sign up and they're sent off into the woods. Pick your spot, make your spot, do your
Yeah.
thing, have fun, do whatever with it, and y'all spend months planning for this crazy event that happens. And like I've told people about YART from that aren't from the area, and they're just mind blown. Like,
Yeah.
you guys do what? That's amazing. So
It is truly magical. And
yeah.
everyone here is just super awesome. It's just a very cool vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's and it's not just YART. I mean, YART's the example, but I think that's one of those things going back to sort of the local scene. Whether it be some of those bands happening over in Goshen or even up to like Benton Harbor and whatnot, and here in the South Bend area, there's just there's a lot of like. There's like that creative magic. There's collaboration. There's a lot of energy. There's again the word play. There's a lot of people that are just like, let's have fun, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go ahead. Yeah.
And Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Kalamazoo is popping with music. I mean, I
Yes.
think it's always been that way, but COVID, I think, took a chunk out of the basement show scene that they used to be like crazy for. I think it's still there. There's still a few venues that are putting on whoever wants to play.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and also, nobody tell me you can't find a drummer. And good drummers, especially in South Bend and Kalamazoo. Like, all I know are good drummers.
Yeah.
Like, you can just throw a rock and just be like, oh, that's a studio musician that plays drums, and they've switched to keyboard now.
Yeah. we do seem to be overflowing with good drummers. Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely
a lot of
crazy.
multi-instrumentalists too. A lot of people going crazy. You know, like Devin's a big one, I think. You know, it was just like every band ever type thing.
Yep.
Yeah, 20 bands.
Fargo?
And then the Brewer, and there's so many. Like,
there's
just
Devin Brewer too. He's in a lot of bands too.
There are multiple. It gets confusing sometimes. Yeah, multiple bands.
In a good way.
Yeah, yeah. Any favorite Kalamazoo bands? Just speaking, because there's some great ones up there too.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Satsuma.
It doesn't matter if you don't say them all. They're all loved. So.
Satsuma, Headband Henny. Those are some big ones. Buddha Head. I don't have the full title on that one.
Yeah. I mean, Jake Simmons is one of my favorite Kalamazoo bands. I just love. I mean, the. I think the album is called Shake So Easy. It's the album with Shake So Easy. That is legitimately one of my favorite albums of all time of any musician, including the Beatles and like everything. Like that is easily in my top 10, if not my top 5. Like I love that album so much. They're so good.
They're so good, and like especially him as like a performer. Again, just to gush about him, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like he's so good, and I definitely am taking my notes. You know, looking at him because it's just like. I don't know. He's got the goods, and I think like especially as a songwriter as well. Like let alone like for performance wise, like songwriting, it's just like tops.
So good.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And Katie Needs a Life too. I think Katie's been playing bass with Jake.
With
as
Jake,
well.
yeah. Last time they were in South Bend, they were both here. So
Good
come back
stuff.
to South Bend, Jake.
Good
Oh
stuff.
yeah, dude.
And Katie. Yeah. So. Well, cool. All right. Well, we got some fun stuff in store for 2026. Looking forward to all you guys do. So, just keep us posted. And everyone out there, go to the Bandcamp, buy some merch, buy some music, and come to, check out the socials for upcoming shows.
Yeah.
And then certainly come out to YART. That's Labor Day weekend. Which day are you guys playing?
We're playing the Sunday.
The Sunday, okay. So come out to YART both days, but especially Sunday, so you can see Leatherface right out here where we are right now in these gorgeous woods. So, all right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank
Great.
you, Justin.
Awesome.
Go touch grass, guys. If it's bad, let us know. Supermarket called love. I don't know where you are, I don't know anymore. Supermarket called love. Where have you gone and what has been done? I was enchanted long ago by all the things you did provide. Now you're gone, life has no meaning, just dead grass and sunlight. Now, a little camera blinking red, don't know what it's capturing. Hope it's interesting. Supermarket called love. We can rebuild, but where to start? Supermarket called love. Where have you gone? What can be done? You always had what I needed, always could provide. Now you're gone, life has no meaning, just dead grass and dead light. Now, no more cameras blinking red, there's nothing worth capturing. Call me if you're interested. There we go. Sweet. Are they ready to rock and roll? Yeah, we can switch it over.
You've been listening to Anywhere the Needle Drops from Red Chuck Productions. Keep up on new episodes of this show, our live events and various creations and other happenings over at redchuckproductions.com or by following us on social media at Red Chuck Productions. Special thanks to Hero Jr. for our theme music. You can check them out over at herojuniormusic.com. That is Hero, H-E-R-O, Junior, J-R, music.com. A big shout out to Paul Clemson and Theory One Productions for handling sound duties and so much more. Check out their magic over at theory1productions.com. And a big thank you to Earthworks Audio for outfitting the Red Chuck studio. See their microphones and their other products over at earthworksaudio.com. Be sure to support all of our guests by visiting their websites, social media, clicking that subscribe button, seeing them live, and checking out their merch stores. Give musicians and artists your money. We'll be back with the next episode. Until then, thank you for your time. Here's to life.
Never left it to be